So, yeah, I think we are live now. Hello, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you are watching this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Youth Spotlight. I see we have a couple of persons here already, and there are comments. Yeah, exactly. Welcome, Chibueze. Thank you for joining. Welcome, Ike Fuama Olachi. Thank you for joining. Welcome, Ebere. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we finally started for today. If you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Oluamara Success Moise. Aside corporate sales executive at Journey International, I am also a sales and marketing coach that provides sales, visibility, growth, and marketing solutions to online business owners and digital creators. I do this by helping them with sales and marketing campaigns, Facebook advertising, content marketing, content creation, lead generation, etc. So, depending on their needs, I combine one, two, or even all of my strategies to help them grow profitable businesses online. So, Ezine is here. Welcome, Ezine. Thank you so much for joining. So, you know how we do it here, right? I'm believing that everyone can hear me loud and clear since we have people in the comment section already. So you know how we do it. Tag at least 10 people, tag at least 10 persons to come and join us live today on Youth Spotlight. Mention 10 of your friends. The last one, we had Nena and Charity. It was amazing. It was more than amazing. They taught us how they were able to grow their professional cleaning businesses from scratch, the challenges they are facing, and how they are able to overcome whatever it is that they are passing through. Right. So today we are bringing the Global Sommy Wonder. I'm sure her tribe members are here. We are bringing the Global Sommy Wonder and a very well-known digital marketing professional, a digital marketing strategist, Mr. Fee Stephen. I'm sure we are all excited to listen to him. So please tag. I don't want us to start much without having more people here, right? Tag at least 10 people. Welcome, Miracle. Thank you so much for joining. Tag at least 10 of your friends. We've started, right? You know how we do it here on Youth Spotlight Show. You know how we do it on Youth Spotlight. Start mentioning your friends. I promise you, today's one it's going to be amazing. It's going to be mind blowing. So whoever you tag, no matter who they are not going to regret coming here on Youth Spotlight. So let's see how ready you are in the comment section. Let's see your tags. Tag your friends. Click the share button. Share this live show so it comes on your own feed and your friends can gain value from there. You can never tell. You never know who is watching. You can never tell who is watching the Youth Spotlight Show. So please tag your friends. I'm not seeing any tags yet, guys. Chibueze, tag your friends. Ebere, tag. Ezine, tag. Miracle, tag. Okay, our guests are ready. They are more than ready to blow our minds today. We are more than ready as well to hear their stories, right? But I want to see that readiness in the comment section before we proceed. We have more people here. If you are just joining us, let me know your name and where you are joining us from. So I would give you a shout out. And I hope everyone is coping. Everyone is doing okay. All right. I hope everyone is doing great this afternoon. As for me, I'm doing amazing. I'm doing great, and I hope everyone here is doing the same. Yeah, Miracle has started tagging people. Thank you so much, Miracle, for mentioning your friends. Isn't it? Please tag at least 10. The target is to have at least 10 from you. Okay. And do not forget to click the share button. Even start clicking the share button right now. Start clicking the share button right now. So we have more people join us on Youth Spotlight today. So we are now going to be bringing on one of our guests, Mr. Fee Steven. I told you, if you are interested in digital marketing, then I don't know if you must have heard of the Growth Accelerator conference that happened in Lagos. I was one of the participants. I attended that conference and it was mind blowing. Like, I was straight mind blown from the kinds of like the capacity, the personalities Mr. Fee invited to that conference, and he was the convener of that conference. So you really, really want to listen to a man of his caliber speak to you this afternoon. If you have any questions for him, you can drop them in the comment section and he'll be more than willing to answer you. So let me bring on Mr. Stevie. Isn't thank you so much for still tagging your friends. Hello, Joy. Welcome and thank you so much for joining. Please tag at least 10 of your friends to come and join us today on the Youth Spotlight Show. Yeah, Ozama says, so me wonder, you can't wait to hear from her. She's coming pretty soon. We are going to bring her on board very, very soon. Welcome, Toby. Thank you for joining and greetings to you too. So, one of our guests, we have Fee Steven. As a growth marketing and digital marketing professional, Fee Steven helps brands within and outside Africa build digital asset strategies and marketing campaigns for peak profitability. This way, he lives out his passion to enable organizations maximize digital tools and platforms. Fee is one of the Facebook certified digital marketing associates in West Africa. He is also a Facebook certified meta media buying professional, a discovery commerce specialist, a community manager, a media planning professional, and a lead trainer. He is a LinkedIn certified marketing insider, a certified social media marketing strategist by HubSpot Academy, a global certified digital marketing, a global certified digital marketer, a certified British project management professional, BPM 1 and 2, and a Smithan certified business development service. Like it's something even happening in the comment section. Are you feeling all of these certifications, guys? Are you feeling all of these certifications? So I'm going to pause here for now and have him tell us more about himself when he joins us shortly. So how ready are we to welcome Mr. Phil Stephen? I want to do something in the comment section. Let him feel how ready you are to welcome him. I want to see your fire emojis. I want to see your clapping emojis. I want to see your comment sections. I don't want to bring him on here and everywhere is dry. Of course, we are not dry. We are already very active already. But please, if you are ready to have me bring on Mr. Phil Stephen, let me see in the comment section. How ready are you? Yes. Chisom Jane, thank you so much. We want to see more. If you're ready to have him on board, he's ready, very well dressed, looking so handsome. He's backstage waiting for us. So we just want to know how ready you are for him. He's more than ready, and you are going to be seeing him very, very soon. So welcome on board. I will be adding him on stage now. Welcome, Mr. Steven, and thank you so much for honoring our invitation today. It's such a pleasure to have you. Your mic is muted, sir.
Oh, great. Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear. I can hear you now.
Amazing. Amazing. So good to be here. Success. Thank you so much for having me. I was excited when you said you were a part of the Growth Accelerator Conference. It's so good that you're hosting me in this session. I look forward to it. Very great regards to Dr. Jimmy Powell, Pajol, and also the entire team behind this the spotlight. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome, and you're looking amazing, by the way, as always. All right, so we'll bring on our next guest quickly, Sommy Wonder. Sommy Wonder, aka also known as Sommy Wonder Okekechi Som Precious, is a transformational coach for change creators with strength in helping them gain clarity of purpose, maximize potential, and build outstanding character for personal and societal success. She works uniquely with young women as a transformational catalyst to help them overcome the crippling power of self sabotage and self doubt, products of identity crisis hindering them from maximizing their potentials. She is the lead coach at Change Creators Corner, CCC, her coaching program with the mission to provide young change creators, Gen Z career professionals, and emerging generational voices with breakthrough coaching to unlock personal transformation and to step into visionary leadership for change. Ah, they are already saying they are ready in the comment section. I want to see more. If you're ready to have this transformational coach, she's backstage looking as beautiful as ever. So please, let's see you welcome Somi Wonder in the comment section. Welcome, Somi. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation at this spotlight.
The pleasure is mine.
Yes, exactly. We are more than excited to have both of you, and we are going to be starting just about now with you, Mr. P. I was reading your bio and I was seriously blown away. Like you've really, really
Thank
done a
you.
whole yeah, the both of you have done a whole lot. Mr. P, you've done a whole lot. And for us to couch more targeted questions, I would love you to break it down for us a little bit. Like what do you do? Let's get to know about you so I know how to ask or where to ask the questions from.
All right, great. So yes, in summary, I would say I'm a growth marketing manager. What I do in essence is I I grow people and I grow businesses. So those are like the two major focuses of the things I do. So I help people grow and I help organizations, companies to grow too using marketing strategies, but not just marketing strategies, but different growth strategies for people and also for organizations. So that's like a very summarized version of what I do right now, and that's how I put it for now. Yeah, so I'm a growth marketing manager.
Okay, I understand that you grow organizations. How do you grow people?
Okay, so when it comes to growth, to personal growth, a lot of people kind of assume that you can get to grow without a set of systems, without a plan, without things like that. And rightly so, because you increase in age, you celebrate your birthday every single year.
Yeah.
You get cakes, you get those candles, and you blow them away and things like that. And every single time you blow those candles, when people have gone and you're alone at home, you're reminded that although you grew in age, there isn't so much measurable growth that has really happened in your life. So when it comes to growing people, I am one of the voices that is trying to get people to begin to see that growth has a system. Growth has structures. Growth is about intentionality. So you're able to be intentional about your growth process. So growing people for me is first helping them realize that have that sense of responsibility and then begin to seek out the systems, the principles they need to engage for them to have measurable growth over a period of time. So you can, from this point to this point, you can say that this is how far I have come. Thus far have I come. Okay, so you're able to measure that over a period of time because you know that you're growing. Yeah.
How about you, Somi Wonder? Tell us about yourself so we know how to curate our questions.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, everyone, once again. Thank you, Success, for having me here. And it's so good to see you, Fee. Like Success said, you're looking so phenomenal. All right. My name is Somi Wanda. As you already know, I am a transformational coach for change creators. I mean, I'm summarizing it now. So I basically work with visionary young people to help them to gain clarity of their purpose, to help them to maximize their potential, and to help them to build outstanding character for personal and societal success.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Thank you very
that's it. That's
much.
it. You're welcome.
That's, yeah, that's fine. Mr. Fee, tell us, how did you start your journey, right? Because I'm sure you did not always start. Like, it was not always so clear. You did not just start out and say, okay, you're going to start growing people and it's organization. So how did you start out your journey?
Okay, so for me, I think that from as far back as I can remember, there was literally a time that the only thing I wanted to do in this life was to become a doctor, a medical doctor. That was like my life's goal. If you
Oh,
wake
wow.
me up in the night, if you know wake me up early in the morning and you ask me what do you want to be in future, Fee, I'll be like, oh my god, it's definitely a doctor. So and Dr. Fee has a very nice ring to it, to be fair, right? So I had that in mind for the longest period of time. I remember I finished up my secondary school education and I wrote my first ever JAM at that time. JAM is, for those that are at the international audience, JAM is like a pre-university examination that kind of gives you access to begin to start your university education, your undergraduate education. And I wrote that JAM, and definitely my goal was to start a medicine and surgery career, starting from the education phase. And after I was done with the entire process, I had applied to study in the University of Ibadan at the time. So I did my JAM, I did my post UME, and I did everything I was supposed to do. Excellent grades. Grades have always been good. So throughout my secondary school, I didn't come second one. So in terms of grade, I was always top, right?
Oh,
Um, so I did that, and at that time, they said that you have to be at a certain age before you can start your university admission. You have to get to a certain age, which I had not gotten to. It was 16 at the time. They've stopped that now, but at that time, you have to be 16 years old before you can start your admission and start your schooling, right? So I wasn't given an admission because of an age factor. To be fair, I gotten double promotion here and there. So because of that, I finished school a bit very young, right? Quite young. So I wasn't up to that. I was about 14 there, about 14 going to 15 when I finished up secondary school, and I I went for my A levels, trying to still get medicine and surgery. I did my A levels, I did my IJMB, I applied again, and I was not giving medicine and surgery. I was giving physiology as the course of study, and I started it up at 200 level. So I started physiology at 200 level because of my A levels. But in 200 level, because I really wanted to study medicine, I wrote JAMB again for medicine, even though I was in 200 level physiology. So I wrote JAMB again in 200 level, and went through the entire process. And I think they gave me, was it botany or something, one of that very interesting course, right? Instead of medicine. So at that point, I was already like, what's going on? Like, who is following me, and where is this coming from, right? So I did my 200 level. I went to 300 level in physiology now. And someone would think that since I'm graduating next year, I'll just go ahead with my life. But guess what? I wrote JAMB again in 300 level for medicine, right? And you know, uh, the funny thing about the train level one was that after the entire process, I still got admission, but I got physiology. Physiology that I'm about finishing is what I got again. So it was just a very 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 frustrating thing at the time. So I just went ahead to my final year, my 400 level, to finish up my school. But the most interesting is that in 400 level, I wrote JAMB again. I was ready to go back to 100 level just because I had this
Yes.
full belief that if I was going to make the scale of impact I needed to make, I had to be a doctor. I don't know where that was coming from. Now I know that it was a lot of the environment I was from. My mom is a nurse, my dad's a health practitioner. I had that medical environment, and there was that concept of at the time that okay, if you have this certain kind of grades in class, okay, you're either going to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, those type of things. It was as if I was going to waste my grades if I didn't become a doctor. Like I should be saving lives, right?
Mhm.
I just wanted to help people. That was what I wanted. That was the real core of myself, to help people. And in my head, I asked myself the question, what's the highest way I can help people? And the highest way I saw at that time was medicine. And I talked about that my jam story just to give you an idea of how insistent I can be when I want to make something happen. In fact, imagine being ready to go back in quotes, go back to as far as 100 level when you're about doing your finals, just so that you can have the opportunity to help. So I can sometimes be very intense and very insistent on wanting to help people. But I found that over time that it's not just there's no one way to help people, and that's just the truth. There's no one thing that you need to do that if it's not this thing you do, you can't help. No, there's no one thing. And that was how entered into marketing. My first experience with marketing was trying to help. I knew these things. So tech was easy for me to an extent. I learned coding at the time. I learned a number of things, entry level programming. So it was quite easy. So I was trying to help a brand sell more on Instagram, and I did the things I knew how to do at the time, the things I had learned either from YouTube or things like that. I did those things, and I saw that the brand was making sales. The person was super happy, was grateful, and I'm like, I'm not even doing so much. Like, what's this? That was what made me very much interested in digital marketing. That if digital marketing can help people live better lives, there are some people that have had to lay off staff. They have had
Yeah.
to, their children are having school issues and things like that. If these people can just learn or have the skill, know how to sell better, there's a very high chance that these guys, these people will have better lives, they will lead better lives, and they will become even way better. So, digital marketing and growth marketing for me was a way to express my desire to help people and also my love for technology. Yeah, that was how I got to this point.
Wow, I'm really, really excited about the conversation with you today because I feel like it's going to be so, so valuable and I'm so looking forward to it. Thank you very much. How about you, Sonia? How did you start out your journey as a clarity coach?
Okay, um, some years ago, struggled with um I struggled with a mental health issue, right? I was, depressed, and I just was not in a good time in my life. So, as the days progressed into months and all of that, there was this particular period when I had a huge relapse. And to be honest, I thought that can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I thought that I mean everything was just going to end, but then God just used that period of my life to bring me into what I call an awakening, right? So I came into a very, very significant self-discovering period of my life, and that was when the gift of alignment and empowering people that God had already placed in me came to life. All right, so I remember this particular day, I was in the room and I just knew that there was just something that was crying for expression through me. I couldn't interpret it. I didn't know what it was. I remember reaching out to a friend of mine and saying, "This is the way I'm feeling." No, it's almost as if I don't let this thing out, the frustration that I would experience by not letting it out is going to even weigh me down. Do you understand? So after having that conversation with him, I just decided that see I was going to just allow God to do what he had already intended through me. So, and after that period in my life, it also dawned on me that I needed to start engaging more intentionally with my own growth. So as I started to go on that path of self and personal development, I started to see how the results were transforming, you know, everything around me. My paradigms were shifting, my culture was changing, just everything was just, changing, and it was just so radical. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is really how change begins. This is really how, you know, we can really engage into being the person that God really wants us to manifest on this earth. And as I started to see that change and the results it was bringing to my own life, I now started to have the burden to also help my fellow young people, right, to also engage on that path. And that was really how I started my journey.
All right, that's very interesting, and I hope you are going to be giving us like a step by step on how to achieve better clarity of focus. Because I believe that right, a lot of young persons watching us right now that don't even know what they should be doing, or they think that what they are doing is not the right thing that they should be doing at the moment. So we'll still get to that later on. How about you, Mr. P? Now to what most of us are interested in. Please tell us about the Growth Accelerator Conference. What inspired it and how were you able to make it so successful?
Okay. So the conference for me,
Hmm.
at the moment, I'm trying to scan where to start from, because it was an entire process. Now, just for full disclosure, in December 2021, I just relocated to Lagos a few months earlier than that. I relocated to Lagos from Kaduna State in December, and in December of that year, every December I have a personal retreat. It's just a period where I get to pray, plan, commit the next year to God's hand, and just arrange myself before the year comes. So during my personal retreat in December of 2021, that was the first time that the Growth Accelerator platform there's a conference, but the conference is an expression of the platform. The platform is still it's very soon you will see several other expressions of the platform, but the conference is the first one of the first because I had some master classes and some other things before that. So, for full disclosure, I would say it actually came during a time of intense spiritual activity, a retreat that I had. That was the first time it came. An interesting thing was when it came, I thought that I'm going to do it the very next year. In fact, there are some people that in 2022 I told that see, we have a conference coming up, a major conference coming up this year in 2022. For some reason, I just did not get the go ahead. And for people of faith that may be listening to me, most likely you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Personally, a lot of the things I do, I consider it as led. I don't just like do anything. Okay. So I didn't get that to go ahead in 2022. So I just kept wanting to know when it's supposed to happen, right? And that's how the entire. I'm sure people that I told in 2022 that something is coming, they would have been looking at me like, is this guy really serious? How do you say that something big is coming? But yeah, I have to keep listening. I have to keep knowing what time is right for it. And in 2023, it became very clear that that was the year. So from the interesting thing is that when it became clear that I was going to do it in 2023, I personally did not want to do it. In fact, I had wanted to cancel so many times, right? But once there's that conviction, the next thing after a conviction is just to have the courage, because there is nothing you want to do, nothing significant you want to do that will not take courage. And trust me, there will be several reasons for you to cancel. Several. Oh my god. I remember the first few
Yeah.
days, after I had opened up registrations, right? Some people will be surprised to hear this, but the registrations were not as fast as people think it was, right? It wasn't that fast. It
Oh,
was
wow.
registrations actually trickled in, and I was like, "What's going on? This is festiving. Look at the list of speakers. Look at the this." I'm like, I wasn't understanding what was going on, right? But then, I had several things like changing. I had done a budget just before the election cycle, and then the election cycle came. And on the very first day of inauguration, we were told that fuel subsidy is gone, and everything started increasing. Budgets were almost doubled. Things were, it was just a lot of changes happening within a very short time that I had to adjust to, and But I would say that a major driver for the success of the conference for me, first was God, major driver. Second would be the team. So I had two categories of the team. I had the core team. The core team were just about 6 people thereabouts. People that we met literally every weekday from the month of May. So from ending of April to May, the core team met every single weekday at 10 p.m. in the night. 10 p.m. every day. We meet for a couple of about an hour thereabouts, and we'll talk about the conference every weekday from May down to the day of the conference. So we met for almost 15 weeks, 15 times 5, give or take, almost, I think, close to 90 days thereabouts every single day. And those people, we just kept refining things, we kept strategizing on the goal, executing, and things like that. One thing I have seen is that there's no project that leaves you the same. No project. If there's any project you embark upon, it definitely changes you. There are some things I got to learn. I got to learn levels of faith that I never thought I would get to experience, level of belief. Like you're seeing something and yet you're believing that, this can change, this can be better. Even when the reality that's looking at you right now is saying, this is wrong, right? You're able to still pull through, knowing that there's a full conviction of what can be. So if not now, maybe later, but this must happen. And you keep pushing and things like that. So my team, I had an amazing, amazing team, amazing men and women that really stood by me, worked in different departments. My team lead, John Amino, is someone that is a huge blessing to me as a person. He led the team and made sure that everything worked the way that it should. So the conference for me was I'll call it a journey of faith, really, an interesting walk. The goal was still to help people grow, but I think personally, while trying to help people grow, I actually grew myself because I learned a lot in the process. I stretched myself in the process, and it was a success. Not an easy success, but a success. And we're looking forward to next year, 2024, way bigger, way better. Yeah.
Yeah, like looking at it from the outsider point of view, it was really, really mind blowing. Like I think I was
Yeah.
following the marketing, and that was when I had just came to Lagos initially, and I was like, thank God. So thank God, like it's coming right at the time. Like it was like you mean it's happening in your city, so it's much more easier for you to attend. So when I saw this and I saw the lineup of speakers, I was mind blown. And then on the day I attended, I saw the hall was filled up. Your compare, I think Comfort Mode, she was amazing. Like everything was just so spectacular, and I was like, wow, how did Mr. Feast even put it in the conference? So congratulations on the success of the conference. It was really, really amazing. How about you, Sonny? You had the Awake conference, right?
Yeah.
Awake conference. Yeah, what inspired it and how were you able to make it so successful?
Okay, so I was someone hosted me on his podcast sometime in 2022. So, but before that podcast happened, right? At the beginning of the year 2022, I started to have, that burden again, right? To host a gathering, not just for people to just come and say, oh, we have fine speakers here, so we wonder it's an event. It was just more like there needed there needed to be a revival, and this is not the revival of falling down and breaking chairs, not to shade anything, right? But a revolution that starts from the mind, because I believe that God is really interested in the project called humanity. And if humanity is going to be elevated, it's going to take the transformation of the mind, the refinement of the character, which even starts from our core values as a people. So it was that sense of revival, especially amongst young people that started to light up in my heart. And personally, I believe that young people are very significant in the collective future that we want to see. So as that started to light up in my heart, I started to consider it. So I was like, this is going to be a good idea. God is going to walk through it. But I said to myself, you don't have the money to pull off this conference, right? And to be honest, I just waved. Like I just said, see God, this one, see, just leave me. Oh. Let's just say for now, I don't have this level of faith. But I waived it, to be very honest. So as the year progressed, someone invited me on his podcast, and after the session, we are backstage, so we are just having a conversation. And towards the end of that conversation, he said that we are looking forward to your physical events. I was like, okay, hold on. Like, oh God, is this you catching me while I'm trying to escape this assignment? So that was just it. I'm like, okay, I'm done running away from this. Let me just, step up, have the faith and the courage, just like you already mentioned. When you are convinced, the next thing is to have the courage to step out and carry out the assignment. So that was it. I had the faith, I had the courage, and I set to work. So I started to map up the plan for the conference. As of then, I was still a student, at University of Nigeria, so a pharmacy student. So considering the fact that I was in school, I was a pharmacy student, it's a very, very, it's a professional course. It's something that takes your time. You have to give it your attention and all of that. So I'm like, how am I really going to do this thing, right? But then I already had my conviction, so I was going to do it nonetheless. I set out, told my friends about it, and my from my friends, because I also have very visionary friends around me. So from them, I formed the team for planning the project, and then I started to think, okay, knowing that this is a revival that God is actually wanting to break forth through the events, what kind of speakers am I going to have on board? And to be honest, I wasn't looking for, oh, this is the biggest speaker in town, or no, all those things are nice, right? But I was just actually looking for the people that God can use to deliver his heart for the program. So I started to, trust God for His direction towards that area. And yeah, when I got the hints of the kind of persons that God would, want me to have at the time, I reached out to them. So as some of us may already know, I had my mentor, Dr. Michael Ladipo, come, down to Anambra State where the conference held. And then something phenomenal happened with um, DDK. That DDK is my coach, with her being on board. So I had never talked before then. I had never talked to DDK, one on one and all. And I'm like, this woman is really a busy woman, but I really feel that she has to be on board for this program, because as a person, being connected to her streams of knowledge, her various expressions has been very tremendous in my life. Like her impact cannot be erased, right? So I knew that I needed to have her on board. So I said that it's possible that this email that I'm about to send may not be replied, but nonetheless, I'm going to send it. And I have even learned from her that, see, ask. The highest that you can get is a no, and it's fine, but just make sure you have the audacity to open your mouth to ask. So I sat down and cooked, wrote a very delicious email for her and sent it across, still trusting that she was going to reply and all of that. So weeks, days passed by, weeks passed by, and her response wasn't coming forth. To be honest, I forgot about having DDT on board. So I remember this particular, evening. I was about to put off my data and just rest for a while. When I scrolled down and I saw a notification, DDK,
Mm.
and the first line, if I remember clearly, it read, "Somi, I got your email. Proud of you," something like that. See, that particular evening, I stood up, I sat down, I knelt down. I did not even know how to behave. So it happened that she replied the email, and I also sent her my website. She looked through, be my coach as well. She was very proud of me, and also she told me that while she can't be able to make it in person, she would consider recording, doing a pre-recording for me and all of that, which she eventually did. And I also had Gossip Toby on board. So basically, I put my faith to action. I put the grace of God on my life to action. I opened my mouth to ask for help, and then the publicity started. So what I for the conference as well, don't get me wrong, numbers are good, numbers are great. I mean, we all want them, right? But at that particular time, I honestly wasn't focused on the numbers. I was so convinced that there were people that God really wanted, to to touch through that particular conference, right? And my stance at the time was that if this conviction of mine that I'm sharing resonates with you, make sure that you are in the room. Do you understand? So I didn't even know like places in Oka. I don't reside in Oka where the events held. But then the way and to be honest, when you put your faith to actions, you will see people that God, will use to bless you, to help you and all. So when I reached out for how can I get someone a venue in Oka and all of that, I got connected with the then class fund president. That's the fellowship. Oh, success! You graduated from law now, so you know about class fund. So the then president of platform in Oka. We connected. Oh my goodness. In fact, she just told me, I should tell her my vision for this conference. I should just share with her what I want to achieve and all of that. That was how this lady now even became more passionate
How did I
than
knew?
me.
Wow.
Than me that was the host of the event, right? The way she carried it on her head, I was even afraid though. But then God really used that. Like I didn't even have issue with venue. She was just so great in helping me out. So of course, people registered for the events that the one of last day was completely free. So people registered, and then the speakers came in. God provided the resources for it. It wasn't easy, to be very honest. I mean, people look at those that organize events and feel like, oh, Somi has a lot of money. Oh, Fee has a lot of money, and all of that. It's not easy to organize events. The financial aspect of it is, see, to be honest, it really takes courage. It really, really takes courage to host events, no matter how small, right? So that was basically it. And I won't deny that God really helped me out and even used people like even Fee that I'm on this call with, right, to make that event to come to pass. So that was
Wow.
it.
Wow. Congratulations. we'll still get on the challenges, right? But before that, I'm taking notes. For those of us that are yet to host conferences,
Okay.
I hope you are taking notes. I have my pen and paper beside me and I'm taking notes, right? So it's such an amazing thing. I followed the Awake conference online and it was beautiful. The pictures, your dressing, the conference, everything was just spectacular. So it's something commendable. Yeah, so let's see what's happening in the comment section. They are
And
really,
this year's
yeah.
own held on
Okay, that's fine. So let's see what's happening in the comment section. Miracle and Toby, thank you so much for being here and being very active. So please continue to tag your friends in the comment section, right? We just got started. We just like laid the foundation. And like I said, if you are here and you want to host a conference now, next year, in future, first of all, take notes of everything that they've said. You can go back after this live, watch the replay, and make sure that you follow them. Ask them if they are telling you to pay money, and get to learn how they were able to do it, because there are two kind of conferences I followed online, and
yeah.
it's not a joke. I'm very, very serious about it. Like, it's one of the spectacular online conferences that I've ever attended. And more so for Fee's own, I was there live, present. Like, it was not a story, it was not anything I read from a post, right? So it was really, really amazing. So Mr. Fee, what tell us about the challenges that you encounter. We want to like draw inspirations and lessons from them. But now from the business, from the digital marketing professional point of view, I'm sure you've helped a whole lot of persons through their businesses. You've helped them make sales. But let's hear about the challenges you encounter while helping these business owners and how you are able to overcome them.
Okay. So first of all, the digital landscape is very much is a dynamic landscape, and by that I mean that things change really fast. A lot of things change quite fast, right?
Mm.
So you are almost always, wanting to learn something new. I just finished a 2 weeks course just yesterday that I was taking on AR and VR. That's augmented reality, virtual reality, and things like that, right? Now, for now, that may not sound very digital marketing related, but a time will come, and it's coming really soon, where you get to shop using the glasses. You get to buy things. You buy your shoe, you buy your clothes just through a glasses. You're wearing the glasses and you're shopping. You're shopping for furniture. I think that it already exists with some of these, current devices. These are things that are already happening in real life. So I went through a particular course hosted by Meta just to get that knowledge and upgrade my skills, right? So there's that need for always continually learning things that are happening in the field. Now, while that can be challenging because it's not like mathematics that 1 plus 1 will be 2 today, 1 plus 1 will be 2, 10 years and 20 years to come. I don't think a time will come when they'll say 1 plus 1 is not 2, right? In marketing, in digital marketing especially, the landscape keeps changing. So that would mean that anybody that wants to really go far or become great in marketing and even in several parts of life, you have to be someone that is a continuous learner. And you're not continually learning haphazardly. And by that I mean you're not learning anyhow. Okay, you're learning in a structured way. You are trying to identify gaps, both gaps that exist right now and gaps that can exist in the nearest future, and you're beginning to learn in the line of those gaps. All right, and that's what I do personally.
Mm.
I'm talking about my life here, not just I'm not just giving an advice. I'm telling you what I do. So most of the things that I've learned currently, I'm a T-shaped marketer, and by T-shaped I mean I have experience across different industries, and I have depth of experience across each field. So email marketing, for example, I have hands-on deep experience in email marketing.
Yes, like
Media
wait,
buying.
hold on. Let me cut in. Another thing that was mind blowing about GSC was the emails I kept receiving. I was like, why is Speed chasing me? And
Definitely.
they were so personalized. Like, I think I saw your ad one time on Instagram, and then I clicked. I went through the landing page. I did not register. I left, but you just kept chasing and chasing. But that's you can continue.
That's the goal. I was actually running my ads myself for the conference. I didn't outsource that part because it's like my core, right? But that's just it. So media buying, things like from outbound and inbound marketing strategy. So I have those experiences, right? But these things change over a period of time, that depth comes from gaps. So I did not sit down one day and learn everything. And this is the mistake some people make. You want to first learn the entire digital marketing before you start to do. No, you don't do it that way. You learn something for a start, and a gap, when a gap comes, you will know. There will be a gap in your knowledge that will come. Maybe your client wants to execute something in email marketing and you don't know it that much. You can go ahead and intensely and intentionally study email marketing. If you find out that you need to write out marketing, copies, and you're not really converting, you know that you have a gap in copywriting. So you go ahead and you learn copywriting. So it's best to learn based on either gaps you have identified currently or gaps that you project that you would meet in the future. All right. So that's how I learned these things. I didn't learn everything within 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 year. No, I learned it as time went on. I started learning a lot about marketing analytics when I got my first role with a climate tech company in the US. So I was working with them and I found out that for the first time, these people were so big on analytics. Like you have to show exactly what is happening. You have to create. I learned the Google Data Studio. You have to create different kinds of graphs. You have to report to upper management. You have to present these things. I learned how to get data from omni-channel marketing, Pinterest, LinkedIn. All these things are not things I knew before I started my role with the company. But I learned it while there. I learned SEO better while there because there were gaps that existed. So yes, have a broad idea of everything, right? But don't wait to have in-depth idea of everything before you launch, before you start. Instead, all right, with the good knowledge you have across board, you can get started. And there's a kind of knowledge you can only get by practice. There's a level, there's a depth of knowledge you can only get by doing. So go ahead and do. All right, go ahead and do. So that dynamism is like one of the challenge. Another one is always resources. Resources is like a always a major challenge. I know that over a period of time, especially when I was just starting up, especially I remember when I was starting up, there are times when people will see me online late at night, and I'll just put out something on my status, and they're like, and I'll get responses that, oh my God, you're still awake till now, you're studying, you're a very serious person. Happy, I would like to be like you. I'll just shake my head. I just don't know what they're talking about. Because I'm online at night and they're thinking I'm online because I'm a serious person. No, it's not because I was serious. At that time, the cheapest data plans you can get were night plans. So in Nigeria, we have cheaper night plans. So Glo, MTN, they have these night plans that allows you to buy a lot of data at a smaller price. And I didn't have the money to get so much data. And the things I needed to learn are online. So what did I do? I would subscribe to night plans. I would stay up at night. So while people are sleeping, I am awake. Not because I am serious. I'm still serious now, but now I'm sleeping because I have more data. I'm using 1 terabyte of data now, so I don't need to think about night plans, right? So it wasn't just seriousness; it was a sacrifice of sleep because I really needed to grow. So resource was a major challenge, and that's why these days when people say, "Oh, I want to learn, but I don't have data," I just shake my head. You're not serious yet. You don't have 100. 100 naira gives you 1 gigabyte success. 1 gigabyte of data. 100 naira. That can help you watch. So I know this, I've done it before. I'm not advising. I'm telling you my life. It gives 1 gigabyte of data, but just that it doesn't give you in the morning. It gives you 1 gigabyte, but not in the morning. If you can wake up, you can sacrifice something, then you can get it cheaper. So that sacrifice of, especially when you don't have so much resources to spend, that sacrifice is what is necessary. Some days, my mentor would tell you, my mentor is Elisha Maman, right? He will tell you there are some days that there are some that he doesn't even know about, but there are some days I will go to his office in Kaduna back then. We had this rug in the office, and because the light in my house was very epileptic, it was very bad. I would go to the office and I would lock myself inside. I would sleep on the rug because I know I needed to be up at night and my battery would run out. My phone's battery was not so strong back then. So I would spend the night in the rug. The next morning, I would go home very early. I would dress up. I would look so fine. I'll come back and they'll be like, oh my God, you're looking so good. They don't know what happened last night. I had to study. I had to put in the work. And it's that work in those early stages, all right, that is bringing out what you see right now. And this is just the beginning, really. We're still going far.
Yeah, definitely. You are still going far. Like, I'm loving the flow of this conversation. You are just so knowledgeable, and I just love that you are here today and we are learning so much from you. So thank you very much. I mean, Sommy, how about you? The challenges you encounter in your business and how you are able to overcome them. So, can you hear us? Are you still here with us? Okay, while we are waiting for her, right? Let's hear you, Fee. How were you able to handle the financial challenges of hosting Growth Accelerator conference? Because I'm sure
Okay.
bringing speakers, yeah, booking halls and all. How were you able to show that the financial challenges? Even ads, it's not cheap to run ads, but the ads were steady running. Like even I think up until the day a day to the day of the event. So how were you able to show that the financial challenges?
All right, great. So a couple of ways. First was before we started the conference, we did a lot of calculations, mathematics, right? Trying to see what the ticket sales can bring about. If we sell this number of tickets, how can we handle this budget with just ticket sales? That was the initial plan. All right, trying to sell tickets to cover the cost, right? But like I said, ticket sales were not going as excellently as we had projected. All right, so we had to use different other ways, like many other ways. I hired really amazing partners, and that's one of the things I'm really grateful for. I would say that build relationships before the time you need them. Yeah, build, because I had a lot of my people show up for me. I would get messages from a friend in the UK, from a friend in Germany, from a friend in Nigeria, different parts of Nigeria. Messages from different people saying they just want to support this. Like there are people that want to support you for different reasons. One of those reasons is because of a relationship that you have built before time. And when I talk of relationship, I don't mean that you know someone. I don't mean that you have the person's contact. I don't mean that you have the person's email address, right? When it comes to support, most of the times, I would always recommend that these relationships are built before time, and you build relationship by um, what I call an investment of resources. So there's the resource of time, there's the resource of energy, there's the resource of money. Okay, so you can give your time to someone and build a relationship just by giving time. There's energy. You can serve, you can do things. There are people that, for example, worked in my team during the conference. There are very few things that they would ask for that for some reason I would not say yes to, right? Just very few, especially those that were truly serious, not people that you beg them to make a post, you beg them to do this. There are, of course, in every team there are people that are truly members of it. They know themselves. There's some people that even with their conscience they will not come and ask me for anything because, you need to have a conscience, right? Because they didn't do anything, right? But that energy they gave to my work automatically, because of my kind of person, I automatically have them in mind. If I see something, there are people I've had to recommend for roles. There are people that have gotten their first ever trip by flight. There are people that have gotten actual jobs just because of what they did in the conference. Okay, so that's like what relationships do. But going back to the main question, which was about finances, so a lot of relationships, we have people that supported me. There's a friend of mine, I call him Richard, a brother. His name is Abraham. Now, Abraham supported with $500,000 naira. Now, that is a lot of money in Nigerian terms, right? $500,000 naira for a conference, and he's a speaker at the same conference, and he's saying, "Oh, fee, don't pay for my flights. Don't take care of anything. I'm taking care of all this. Yet I'm still supporting you with $500,000 naira." That is a lot,
That's
but that's
amazing.
a relationship that we built over time, over a period of time. I had several other people, Mercy Cake. A lot of people. I can't just mention all names. If I start mentioning a name, people will get angry that I didn't mention them. So I won't mention any name at all. But just know that I had an entire village behind me that gave support, especially financially. But I can assure you that a lot of these people, all right, they gave that support not just because they like my face. No, there's something else. It can be maybe they read a post of mine in the past that impacted them. I may not even know the reasons why some people supported. There's some people that till today, except I asked them, all right, I will never know why they decided to support. All right. And then I also had partners, organizations as partners. We had people like Land Republic, we had Digivate 360, we had Seca Africa. We had a good number of organizational partners that helped to shoulder a lot of the bills. The conference was financially intensive, all right. But yeah, I was talking to someone that why would I host a conference that the hall for one day is almost like my rent for 1 year. Like why am I doing this? Right? But it was great, and we thank God for that.
Yeah, so then thank you very much for the nuggets. If you want to host a conference, I'm saying it again. I hope you are taking notes. I hope you are with your pen and paper and you're noting down everything Somi and Fee are saying because you need them. You are going to need them sooner or later. So Somi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so let us know, right? The challenges. I'm sure you've helped so many young individuals find clarity of purpose and like find their path in life. But we want to hear of the challenges you personally encounter while doing this job and how you are able to overcome them.
Okay. I think that there is a major one, which is that I find that people say, "Oh, they want to grow, they want to grow, they want to grow," but they don't really, stay in or they don't really stay with their growth process. Do you understand this? So they come in first, they are enthusiastic, they are excited, and all of that. But then just give it a few days, they disappear, right?
Yes.
So and I have come to find out why that is so. A
Mm.
lot of persons don't have a why for what they do, right? And when you don't have your why, when your why is not clear to you, it's easy for you to veer off the track. So I think that's the major challenge. So in as much as somebody can be excited to grow, to develop themselves, if you don't stay in the process of growing yourself, you can't have the same results as maybe someone that you are admiring or what you actually want to get at the end. Do you understand? So I think that's the major challenge.
Okay, that's very very true. Even in my own line of business, you see, okay, this person I want to learn how to grow, I want to learn how to make sales. They even go as far as buying classes, and let's say, okay, now it's time for after training, implementation, accountability, one-on-one coaching programs. Maybe you give them something to do and be consistent at it. They maybe show up once and then they never show up again, and you at
Hmm.
some point see them coming back to complain, oh, I did this, I did not see results. How long exactly did you do it? How committed were you
Mm.
with that? So I think I
Wow.
can relate to that challenge as well. I can relate to that challenge as well. How about the financial, the burden of a week conference? How were you able to shoulder the financial challenges?
Oh, okay. So, like, I didn't hear all of the things that he said, but I came in when he was talking about relationships. So, with our way conference, both last year's own and this year's own, I can testify. In fact, I'm a testament of the not get that he just shared with us. Relationships, like, is everything. I mean, see, even if you don't have 10 kobo in your account and you have solid relationships, like you have, loyal comrades, you have people that really have your best interest at heart, you have people that really want to see you progress on the path of your purpose. I'm telling you, you are going to be like this wonder that even people that actually have the money, they are wondering how you are able to pull off the things that you are doing. So financially, like we already mentioned, is very intensive. Hosting programs, in fact, even virtual programs as well, because you have to have the setup, you have to have the device, you have to have mobile data and all of that. So it's actually a lot. But for me, one thing that has been very significant and very helpful is the relationships that I've been able to build. I may not um come out and be talking about them and all of that, right? But then they have been really working for me. Relationships have really been working for me. I think that is for now, that is the major that's, like I already mentioned, that's a significant contributor to how I'm able to pull off, my events successfully. And of course, my own personal finances is also going into it. But then considering the intensiveness of the project, right? Sometimes personal finances, especially at this very early stage, may not be enough. So relationships have been helpful in supporting me. Yeah.
I'm so glad the both of you are saying the same thing on relationships. So that means it works, right? So
Yeah,
me,
it
let's
works.
try to deviate from business and all. Tell us what you do to have fun. What do you do to have fun?
Oh my God, what do I do to have fun?
Yeah.
This is a hard question, right? Because sometimes when I say what I do to have fun, you may even think I'm boring, to be honest. So, well, these days I'm learning how to watch movies, right?
Let
I'm actually like trying. I mean, like just some hours ago, I was legit, seeing a movie, and then someone came around and is like, now this movie is old now. Why am I watching it now? That's to show you that I'm not even following now. Okay. And then some months ago, when I started to use Netflix, I discovered that the month will end. I will not even maximize my subscription very well. It will just go. I just say, see, for now, let me just cancel and just know that I'm not paying for this thing, and then I end up not using it. So I canceled my subscription months ago, but then I've brought it back, and I think so far since I resubscribed, I've been utilizing it very well. So currently, seeing movies is one thing I do to have fun, and then I also like to I like to sing. I like to hype myself. I like to, I don't know, this, you may not understand this, but it's something that apart from playing and helping me to relax, it also like unlocks my creativity and all of that. So if I'm alone or just in the midst of people that I'm really like comfortable with and all of that, I can be playing, laughing out, very loudly, just gisting. Yeah. And then I just like to play, go to a park, swing. Yeah, basically.
Okay, that's very interesting. I just got
Yeah.
curious and want to know if like there is actually this balance. And yeah, of course there is. How about you, Mr. P? What do you do to have fun?
Success. See this question you're asking. Well, it is well to start with. What do I do to have fun? So I can't invent any. So actually, I do see some things that are videos, but I would not call them really fun. So sometimes they're mostly on YouTube. Trying to learn some certain things, but maybe not things that are very much in line with my work. It could be maybe a product review, especially a tech product. You know, different kinds of comparisons. So I would not call it fun that much. And I think from time to time, I also do see movies. Yeah, I do see movies from time to time. These are occurrences that happen, right? But I would say that because of the weight of the things that are currently on my plate, we try to we kind of schedule fun, and fun is not supposed to be scheduled, right? But we kind of schedule it just to make sure that there's some sort of balance. But yeah, they're just minor things. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. So we are all about work here. That's okay. We are all about purpose. We are all about so me, you had to start from scratch. If you had to start from the beginning, how would you do it to build your way back up?
Oh, if I had to start from scratch, how would I do it to build my way?
Yeah, you talked about the things that helped you gain clarity, how relationships have helped you, how they help you organize things swiftly. So let's say, okay, you are just a young person trying to start, find your purpose, discover what you are meant to do, and you just have big dreams, right? How will you be able to do it? Like, I don't want you to give us a step-by-step process of how anyone watching you right now can just discover their purpose and, let's say, live their dreams.
Okay, so when it comes to gaining clarity of purpose, there I first of all tell people that you must reckon and understand that the journey of purpose is evolutionary, right? You don't just stay one day and then you have the whole clarity of like, let's say what your entire life purpose is about. Do you understand? That is also good. But then I also know that just the obsession with wanting to have everything to be clear at once can even weigh you down such that you don't even start at all, right? So if you're watching and you are really like saying, oh, how can I really discover my purpose and all of that? First of all, don't be so obsessed with being very clear, like having all the clarity at once, because you may never get to start if you continue to wait till you have everything figured out. Then I would also say that for me, purpose is not something that you are going about looking for. Oh, where are they sharing it so I can grab mine? No, for me, purpose is something that you uncover because it's already within you. It's something that you were already built for. So if you are built for something, I believe that just looking at the unfolding of your life so far can even help you to um place your finger on what it is that lights up in your heart. And then I also say to people, this may not be so conventional, but I also say to people that you want to take note of the prophecies that have, you know, come concerning your own life. I am of the Christian faith and I believe, of what God says concerning someone. And it may not even be, oh, God talking to you like Samuel, my son, and all of that. No, follow the trail in your own life. Follow the occurrences that has been happening in your own life. How, just you will be able to see different milestones that will point to that, oh, okay, that this part, I've seen it over and over again in my life. You want to sit down to ask, what is this saying about me? For some of us, you may need to maybe ask your parents, was there a particular thing that was said concerning my birth? And even on a personal note, what are the prophecies that I have also received for my own life? Do you understand this? And then you also want to pay attention to the things that just makes your heart to come awake. For me, there is not you can't just say, oh, I'm looking for what my purpose is, and then you are not paying attention to the things that are being lighted up in your heart. So you also want to pay attention. What is that thing? I know we hear it a lot of times. What is that thing that you're passionate about and all? But then it's also important because myself, I also paid attention to what I am really, really passionate about. So it's also important that you pay attention to what you are passionate about. And please, I made this mistake. Don't be over obsessed with being clear about everything at once. I mean, there was a time that I was like, God, like you must show me my purpose today and all of that. And there was never that voice singing out loud from heaven that this is your purpose. I had to now sit down to follow the trail, right? So yeah, that's my, few words of advice.
Can we hear more about the mistakes?
The what?
The mistakes.
Okay, the first I already mentioned is how that I was so obsessed with having like all the clarity about my life at once. Right. I think that was that was a major mistake. Apart from that, to be honest, I can't so far I can't see something like, oh, I really regret and oh no. That's
Yeah,
my
that's
major
fine.
regret, and I feel like I didn't dwell on it for so long. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. P, can you hear me? Okay. How about you? If you had to start from scratch, how would you do it? Like, give us a quick template. Let's say someone wants to become like you, like as successful as you are at this point in time. How would you do it?
All right. So the first thing would be um, now, like Somi said, I think I'll just build on what she said because that point of trying to get the entire picture, see everything before you start, it can be a big factor for delay. One of my biggest enemies in quotes is delay, because I'm a growth person, and I know that delay has tactics, right? One of the tactics of delay is definitely lack of clarity, but lack of clarity not of what you should do, but of the full picture. Sometimes people, the minds of people are wandering in a dark place, trying to see what the entire thing is, when the next step is super clear. The next step is super clear, but because you want to see the full picture, you stay at the same point, not knowing that the more the steps you take, it's just like a torch with a limited light capability. All right, no matter the type of torch you're holding, you can't hold it here in Lagos and see what's happening in Kaduna, right? But if you're supposed to get to Kaduna, you don't say because I've not seen what is there, you move ahead. You don't do that. So that first having an idea of what the exact next thing is one of the things that I would start with. For me, most of these things came through mentorship, through service, and that's like the second thing I'll talk about. If you're not clear about what you want to do yet, serve someone that is clear. Yes, if you're not sure of what to do at this time, go and look for someone that's, to an extent, at least to the best of your knowledge, because there's some people that you think are fully clear, but they are just doing what you're not doing. They are courageous to take the next step. So you have assumed that there are some people that they look at me right now and be like, oh my God, I want to just be like, he has everything figured out. What? Figured out? Me? How? Right? But because of the courage to take the steps, trusting in the fact that I'm never alone, trusting the fact that I have a backing, right? You can look at me and think that I have everything figured out. No, I still figure things out every day. But if to an extent you are still at a point of, even this courage to go ahead you don't have yet, a way to develop that courage, a way to grow yourself and even to an extent find your own uniqueness, right, is to serve someone that to a large extent has some of those things figured out. So you can be either trying to be mentored, trying to intern, become an intern, trying to just serve, do something for someone with the skills and the current level of growth that you have right now. I always say that there's nobody that is empty, all right? You have a resource. There are three major resources. I always talk about: time, energy, and money. Everybody has these resources. Once you were born, you have time. Once you're alive, you have energy. You may not have all the energy in the world, but you have energy. You can do something, right? You can do something, and then you have money. You can say, oh, are you not seeing the dollar? And stuff? Everybody still has money. It may not be so much, but you have an amount of money. And in fact, for fear of sounding condescending, I would say that you actually have the money you need for your immediate next level. It may not be in your pocket right now. It can be in the relationships you have around you at the moment. But you have the money you need for your immediate next level. You have the resources you need for your immediate next level. The resource can be as simple as a friend of yours that has a smartphone. So you need to use that smartphone and take, maybe you borrow the smartphone, you take a good headshot picture of yourself on a plain background. You take, maybe you bulk record videos about what you do, and someone sees that video and your next level is unlocked. What did you do? Did you even have a phone? No, you don't have a nice phone, but a friend of yours that has a nice phone is the person that gives you the opportunity. So try and examine the resources you have. There's this parable, very profound. I'll just talk about this before I just conclude, right? That really changed my mindset. The parable that talked about this man that was traveling for a while and called servants and gave them what was referred to as talents, right? Resources. He gave one five, he gave one two, gave the last one just one talent. And he went and he came back, and the person that he gave five, had gotten five more, right? And it was 10. The person that was given two had gotten another one, right? And then the person that was given one talent went and buried that talent and said that, okay, this man is a very wicked man. He reaps where he did not sow and things like that, and just buried the entire thing. And after everything, someone would think that they would take the talent from the person that has one. Even if they would take it, they will give it to maybe the person that has four, the person that has six, the person that doesn't have 10. But
Yes.
it was taken and given to the person that had the most, which it's in the normal human mind is unfair. If you want to encourage someone, why are you giving to the person that has the most? Why not give to the other person that tried but did not, have the most, right? And that story, that parable was not left. It wasn't left for just our interpretation, right? There was actually an interpretation there, right? And what was said, the lesson that was to be drawn from that is that to him that has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. So to him that has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. And to him that has not, and this is the tricky part, to him that has not, even what he has will be taken away. So the question is, how can you have not, and what you have will be taken away? That means you truly did not have not. It's just that you did not recognize what you had because you did not see what you had, because you saw it as nothing, because you thought you did not have. That thing that you had but you did not see will be taken from you and given to the person that has recognized what he has. So I think it's some sort of a period of self assessment, or I'll call it trying to take stock. It's like stock taking. What's the money I have? What's the relationship I have? What's the access I have, right? And you're using those accesses. There are people that, if you have parents, if you're fortunate enough to have parents that are able to fund things for you, make use of these things. They will not be there forever. Some people are trying to by force have a grass to grace story. It doesn't work that way, right? If you have some sort of grace supplied to you in terms of resources available to you, use it to the maximum at this time. Take stock of what you have and use it while you still have it. Because if you don't use it while you still have it, a time will come when even what you have will be taken away. It's just how it works. So I try to maximize, and talking about this, I'm just remembering that there are even sometimes that I myself I made mistakes like this. There are some opportunities I had, maybe scholarships, maybe things that I could have finished it up and finished up those processes at that time and gotten access to even way more things that I did not. People may hardly see this part of me, right? But when I tell people that please maximize your moments, maximize your opportunities. I'm not just saying it because I want to advise you. I'm saying it from a place. If you can maximize your moments, every moment creates the next. So if you can maximize this opportunity you have right now, okay, you're able to create something even better in the future. And I think I'll just stop here for now because if I just keep going, it's a bit a lot.
It's been a lot already. Like, I want someone, please write type wisdom and put all the fire emojis in the comment section, because the knowledge you are getting here, it's like, it's too much. It's too much. And I'm sure they are feeling you, right? If you are getting value from this session so far, I want you to do two things. Tag more friends in the comment section. One, tag at least 10 people to come and share in this well of knowledge. Okay, you don't just want to be the one receiving all of this. So tag at least 10 people and then share this video. Share this video, guys. Share it so it pops up on your own timeline and your own friends get to see it. Like I would always say, you never know who is watching. You never know who can be blessed just by the virtue of you sharing. So please share and then tag people in the comment section. They are putting fire everywhere. It's too much. Like, I hope you can see the fire too. It's too much. So please, it's a whole lot. Mr. Fee, you said you mentioned one mistake that you made. Please tell us more about the mistake so we get to learn as well.
Okay, so I would say the one I had hinted on earlier was having opportunities and maybe not following through with them, not finishing up the process. Some of the opportunities were free. There were some that actually was costly, but maybe not a personal cost, right? So having those opportunities and not fully maximizing them, I would say it's one of the mistakes that I've had, over time in my own journey. I think that's one of the major ones that I'll be able to put out there. Now there are some other ones that to an extent there's need for some sort of proximity for me to begin to share. Now the thing is, most times a lot of scars are not shared publicly, and not because of the fact that um, you don't want to share these things. It's quite intentional. When it comes to kingship and things like that, there are circles where certain discussions are made. Information is available in several circles. So there are proximities that we get to that you can get to learn most times by experience. Some of the things that I have had to do in ways that are even not so right and move. But one more that I'll share, I would say would be I would call it the delayed ability to say no. Now I'll explain what I mean. there was a time I think in 2021 or so, late 2020, early 21. The COVID pandemic had just happened, and then we had a good number of people that wanted to go digital. So, as a digital marketing manager at that time, a lot of people were, you know, DMing me, asking for this, asking for that. Not free stuff, right? Paid things, but it was a lot. And because, like I said, I'm someone that inherently I want to help. It's a good thing, but when not controlled, it can become your major issue. So I was saying yes to a lot of things to the extent that my ability to deliver excellently across board was impacted. And I am very particular about excellence. Very particular about excellence. So sometimes if I'm not able to deliver excellently, I'm literally weighed down. So I was at a point where I had taken up a lot of tasks, a lot of responsibilities that I can do and I can do very well. But because they were a lot and there were timelines that were very conflicting, what happened was I wasn't able to deliver at the level that I could. I read a book that literally just pulled me out of that situation. It's a book called Essentialism by Greg McKeown. I recommend this book for people that are feeling, you feel like you're really packed with too much responsibilities, with too much things. You're doing so lot, you're doing a lot, and you're seeing the results are not so commensurate. I would really recommend that book, Essentialism by Greg McKeown. I read that book in December, just before my December retreat of 2020. And that book literally just helped me out of that situation. By 2021, I was able to restructure myself. I was able to create a better way to go about these things that I needed to do. I let go of some clients. I increase some of my fees just to be able to create that system. You can sometimes you can get into more trouble by wanting to help than by saying no. So know when to say no, know when to say no, know how to say no. There's a way I'll tell you no right now that you will be very happy I told you no. You have the fact that I say no does not mean you just be very harsh about it. You just say no, just get out. No, not like that. There are ways to say no that is very endearing, right? If you've gotten a rejection letter from abroad, from most of these companies outside the country, you know what I mean. I've gotten some of those rejection letters. It's when you get to the end that you now find out, oh, this was actually a rejection. You'll be reading and you're nodding your head. Wow, such a great. I've gotten a lot of rejection letters like that, right? So that's how to know how to say no in a way that doesn't um, heavily impact the other person's ego, because relationships are still important. All right, don't say no at the expense of a relationship.
Wow. He reached to clap, oh, Sommy reached to clap. So, oh God, I'm getting so much value. I'm learning a whole lot. And if you are learning a whole lot like I am, I want to see you in the comment section, right? I want to see you in the comment section. Someone please mention Mr. Fee Steven and Ma'am Sumi Wonder's handle in the comment section. So you work with them, okay? So please tag them in the comment section so interested persons can which what is interested person? Everyone. So please go and follow them, okay? Mention them in the comment section so you can go and follow them and learn. This learning should not end here. I'm sure you are feeling the impact. Imagine that you are learning from them directly. It's your life is going to change. So please mention them below and let's have them followed. Okay. So please tell us about mentorship. What has do you have mentors and what role have they been able to play in your life?
Hmm. This is a question that just made my heart to be glad, because mentorship has been a huge emphasis on huge blessing to me. So yes, success. I have a mentor. My mentor is Dr. Mike Oladipo, the global man, right?
Yeah.
Mentorship. What has mentorship done for me? Mentorship has facilitated, you know, fast tracked my journey so far. It has prevented me um from using my life as trial and error. It has prevented me from, having to have my own experience as my best teacher, right? It has served as a destiny propeller, right? For me, mentorship has um, helped me to see what is possible. It has helped me to see what is possible. It has opened my eyes to how far I could go with my vision. It has opened my eyes to um to how I can actually institutionalize my purpose in this earth. It has opened my eyes to how I can build a legacy that truly lasts. All right. So for me as a young person, mentorship, as a young purposeful person, mentorship just been um has just been God helping me to stay on the track, and to be able to run, like run very fast with what I'm doing. Yes, that's the one thing I have to say about mentorship. Very important and has significantly impacted my life.
I can see that. I'm sure, like, okay, let's not mention names, right? Since you did not mention names. How about you, Mr. D? Do you have mentors, and how have they been able to impact your life?
I think what Somi said is really profound. I feel like what she said about not using your life as the first experiment, right? As how you're able to glean from another person's journey. I would say it's a cheat code. It's almost like someone has done something before, and you're just having to look at what the person has done, and the person is able to share that with you and help you to
Yeah.
solve faster. Right. So yes, it's possible that when people say, "Oh, even without a mentor, I can make it." Yeah, you're right. But what year? What at what age are you going to get there, right? So you can go faster. You can go faster with mentorship, and essentially, what Somi said is what I would first re-echo. Maybe just build on it and say the fact that as once you're in that mentorship relationship, you're fortunate enough to identify a mentor and have that relationship with a mentor. You should make sure that you remember that mentorship is a relationship, and just like every other relationship, it needs to be serviced, right? So you service those relationships, you service with honor. First, you never allow, there should be no possibility where, or no time should come when you do not honor that person. You know, at least to the best extent that you can. And I always say that honor starts from the heart, but it does not end there. So if you're saying, "Oh, I honor you," from my heart, it doesn't end there. Honor is seen in your words, how you talk about the person. Honor is seen in the gifts you communicate with the person. Honor is seen in the action you take on the with the person's words. So the person says, maybe read this book or take this course or do this or do that, right? The way honor can be shown, right, with what you do with the words. That's how honor is shown. So you honor from someone from your heart. It starts from there, but it doesn't end there. You must communicate that honor in different ways. But yeah, what somebody said about the advantage of mentorship is really profound, and I totally agree with that.
And
Okay.
to also add to, if you're talking about mentorship, to also add to this, I want to tell every young person like myself that is listening that please, your you shouldn't be a parasite to your mentor. He already talked about, servicing the relationship. Don't be a parasite. Nobody, there is no successful person, there's no successful mentor today that is looking for someone to leech on them, that is looking for a parasite, right? And please, fellow young people, your mentor is not your sponsor. It's not the person that is, sending you money and all of that, or the person that you are just expecting to have access to their resources for free. Can they decide to give you for free? Yes. Can you request that they give it to you for free? Yes. But your mentor is not somebody that you should be entitled to. In fact, you shouldn't even be entitled to, somebody in this world, right? So your mentor is not someone you should be entitled to. And people think that, oh, because this is your mentor, still coming back to the aspect of their resources, maybe their books, their programs, their courses, you now expect that, oh, it should be free. And when they don't give it to you for free, you now get angry and then you walk away. If that's your idea of mentorship, trust me, you're not going to last with any mentor in this world. I'm telling you. Because successful mentors, they are busy and they are not looking for liabilities, right? They successful and genuine mentors are not even looking for people that are going to be totally dependent on them. Do you understand? So you don't want to go about, asking. for things unnecessarily? No. Can they give it to you? Yes. If they decide to. Can you request for it? Yes. But are you entitled to them? Never. So I wanted to keep that in.
That's very amazing. Very, very interesting. Like it's a very valid point that you have a mentor, they are not your sponsors, and you don't claim things from them as of right. And it should never ever be a parasitic relationship. So me tell us, where do you see yourself or your brand 5 years from now?
Oh my God, I just remembered something. There is this lady that I follow, Temi, so of course you know her. You say, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? You say, in God's will. I mean, it sounds funny, but it's actually true. So I have big dreams for myself, right? I have a picture of what where I'm going to looks like. Okay. So with regards to where I see myself from 5 years from now, I see myself being able to have access to more platforms, right? Global platforms, because the message that God has given to me needs to reach more people. Okay, the message of transformation. So in 5 years from time, in 5 years from now, basically I see myself being able to access bigger platforms, especially with my work as a speaker. Yeah.
And I really, really hope and pray that you are able to get there. In fact, you are definitely going to get there with this momentum and with the kinds of relationships you have. You are definitely going to get there. How about you, Mr. Fu? Where do you see yourself or your brand 5 years from now?
Well, 5 years from now, I think that I see myself doing my work really, growing people, growing organizations. It's a continuous journey for me because the more I grow, and for me, it's kind of reverse psychology. I know that I can't grow people higher than my level of growth. So because of that, there's a personal responsibility on me to keep improving, ever improving. If there's no change in me between this year and last year, I can never help someone else grow to a level that is higher than what I have grown. So as the years go by, I'll keep fresh, growing myself through aggressive personal development and using my own level of growth. I can then help some other people, both personally and in larger scales, to be able to grow themselves, and then also help organizations using my skills. I'm improving those skills every single day. I'm investing in my skills. I'm taking more higher quality, advanced courses in a lot of things. Even till now, I'm learning. Sometimes I don't talk about my course. There was a time when I used to talk about my course when I'm taking them, but this is I don't anymore. I maybe talk about it at the end. But maybe I'll start sharing some of those things again because you know people need to know that some people are still learning. So you're challenged to also learn. I am taking courses in certain things that I know will help me in my field. Very technical, very high level things, but I know that they are necessary at this time. So what do? I go out and I learn them. So the more I become better, the more I can grow people and grow organizations. That's how I see myself in 5 years: growing more people, growing more organizations.
Growing more people, growing more organization. And so you have to grow yourself to be able to do that. That's interesting. Okay. Before we let you go, just give us a general word of advice. Like, what last thing do you have to say to us? Mr. Phil, you can start first.
Okay, I was hoping you would tell Somi to start, but now that I'm starting, is that an issue? So, if there's anything I would say, um, for anyone is that you should choose your influence. Now, there's a myth of independence. There's a deception of independence. So we're at a time when people have this drive, this energy that's you know of independence. I am, on my own. I am this. I am that. My thoughts are independent. The things I do what I want to do, and things like that. But we are never independent. There's never a time that you are not under an influence, right? Your
Mm.
true freedom is your ability to choose what influences you. Don't be deceived and think that you can ever, even people that tell you that you can have unique thoughts. They are putting you under that influence, that mindset, right? That enables you to think in that way. So at every point in time, you're controlled by your mindset. But this mindset don't just come automatically. These mindsets are built. They are built by the things, by the resources, by the materials that you expose. You expose the doors of your mind to. That's your eyes, your sight, your ears. All right, your environment, your physical environment. Try to choose your influence. Try to choose what influences you. Choose what goes to your ear. Choose what you see as much as possible. The solution to a life you did not choose is the life that you chose. So some of you would say that if I had the opportunity, there's no way I'll be born in this country, right? So you didn't choose a lot of the things that happened to you at the early stages of your life, but you are no more a baby, you're no more a child. This is the time that you can then choose your own life. So the solution to the life you didn't choose is the life that you choose. So choose your influence and have the best life.
Wow.
I've gotten so much nuggets from you. So a new one now. There's a new one, guys. Type in the comment section. The solution to the life that you did not choose is the life that you choose. Wisdom. How are you, Somi? What last words do you have for us?
To be very honest, like a number of things are just coming to my mind, but I'm going to try to keep it short. So I'm going to start with this line that my coach uses. My coach is DDK. So she says, "Your desire for your preferred future must be greater than your resistance to the work it takes." Right? And in my own life, this is something that has really, you know, kept me motivated. You must be able to have a clear cut picture of the possibility that you see for your life as a young person. Okay. And if you're able to do that, it's one of the things that can help you to still do the work and not be weighed down by your resistance to what you ought to do to get to where you have seen. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I also want to, let us know that, see, being a visionary, being a purposeful person is not a child's play. It's not a walk in the park. I mean, I know we come online, you see Fizz programs, he posts fine pictures, he makes it look so nice, so easy. I'm telling you, it is real work. And it is not everyone, respectfully speaking, it's not everyone that, you know, has that unbreakable belief to stay on the path that truly unlocks our full potential and helps us to create a lasting legacy. So if you are, I believe that you are on this call because you are visionary and you are purposeful. So I'm telling you today that it's real work, but then it's something that is doable if you decide to do the work that it's going to take. Another thing I'm going to, say is that, please, there is nothing like age is just a number. I mean, okay, let me just say I don't believe that. Do you understand? As a young person, this is the time to, in fact, personally, I don't even say I cannot come and kill myself. I don't say that. For me, the way I see it is that this is the time for me to put in my all. Like, if I'm going very, very hard. Do you understand? Because if you are if you are having that mentality of, oh, age is just a number, whenever I start, it's fine. You're going to wake up tomorrow, you are 35, you are 40, and even the discouragement of the fact that, oh, you're not seeing the amount of work you have to do may even now stop you from even doing any at all. So encouraging us today that, please don't fall for that age is just a number. This is the time for you to get up and do the work that you have to do as a young person. And just like John Obidi would say, your youth is just a vapor. Before you know it, it's gone and it's gone forever. So this is the time to do the work that it requires. And the way I say it is that time is not going. We are the ones going. All right. So if you think that, oh, yeah, today has gone, I beg, no, that day may have passed, but you've also passed. You've also gone because you are aging forward and not aging backward. Do you see this? So I'm really um I'm really begging us, let me use that word, please get get up and start doing the work that you need to do now, whatever it is. Make sure that you are putting in your hands on the floor to do the work that can really unlock your potential and can really help you to create a lasting legacy. And finally, I would say that please, in as much as we are in this we are now in social media time, we see people that they look like, they have it going all good for them. I'm not saying that that does not exist. There are people that are actually, showing us what is really going on in their lives, right? They are not lying, okay? But then don't be that person who is carried away by the beautiful things that you see and you forget to do a work that can stand the test of time. People that are really close to me know that in as much as I love good things, I'm bent on what kind of legacy am I creating? Am I really creating something that is built on a firm and solid foundation? Do you understand? Am I building something that can actually stand the test of time? For me, I don't just want to be this purposeful person. I want to leave a legacy that goes on generations after generations. I want to be that person whose visionary life can be a case study for people that are coming after me. So, whatever you are doing, you want to ask yourself, what is my foundation? Am I really building something that can stand the test of time? Am I really building something that is legacy worthy? Am I really building something that is truly inspiring and can really help to unlock the collective future that we all desire for ourselves? Thank you so much.
Ah, wow, we brought two visionaries today. Like we brought two real visionaries. Even while she was speaking, I was like asking myself certain questions and having moments of sober reflection. It's been amazing. It's been more than wonderful. Before we let them go, I want to see you in the comment section. If you know that you've gotten value from this session, please thank them in the comment section. Okay, I want them to see, just as they were seeing your fire emojis, tell them thank you. Tell them thank you. Thank you, Fee. Thank you, Somi. They've really poured out a whole lot. They've shared so many things in this session that if it were things, let's say Fee now, we saw the success of his growth accelerator conference, right? If you were to have a master class and was like, how to organize conferences, you are going to pay. Are you not going to pay? Especially if you saw what happened, you are going to pay, right? When he's here, he shared everything for free. And please appreciate me in the comment section. Tell thank you to Somi, thank you to Fee. Let them see it. I want them to see it before they go. Okay. Thank them in the comment section. Thank them in the comment section. And I hope we've shared this live session. I hope we've shared. Yeah, they are coming now. They are coming now. I want to see more thank yous. Okay. I want to see more thank yous. So thank you again, Fee. It's been amazing. Like it's been mind blowing listening to you speak. You are someone that you are very valuable and you are very
Yeah.
knowledgeable. And it shows even from the kinds of things you've talked about. There is this uniqueness to you. Like I felt it while I think I follow you online, so I feel this uniqueness, and it's not empty. And hearing you speak today one on one proves solidifies everything. You are so knowledgeable, and thank you so much for coming on here to share your knowledge with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave you to go and rest now. And so me, the Power Global Woman, thank you so much for honoring our invitation today. It's been amazing having you. Like it's been we are honored to have you talk to us. I see what you do online. I see your pictures are especially breathtaking. Like they are amazing. They are mind blowing. Your fashion sense, it's out of this world. Guys, you want to go and follow Somi Wonder on. Please just okay, let's just say you want to go and scroll TikTok, take a visit to her profile. You are going to be blown away, okay? And that's not all. That's definitely not all to her. You've heard her speak today and you see the kind of value she brings to the table. She's not one to be joked with. If you need clarity, if you are trying to discover the exact things you should be doing in life, you want to let's say you are at the stage where you're asking yourself the question of, am I really doing the things I'm meant to do in life? Do I need to do something else? Do I need a kind of redirection? If you need someone to coach you to clarity, then Somi Wonder is the person that you definitely want to. I think she's having a mentorship session with yeah, Somi, right? You can tell us about that.
Okay, yes, I have a coaching community, Change Creators Corner, which is my coaching program, which runs in cycles, and each cycle is for 2 months, right? So as I speak, we're already in cycle 5, which is the concluding cycle for the year 2023. The cycle 6 is going to start up next year, and I'm also putting out my personal one-on-one mentorship program for 2024. So the flyer is going to be out very soon. If it's something that you're interested in, you can also reach out to me for that.
All right. Thank you very much. Please reach out to her. Ensure, make sure that you reach out to her in the comment section. So thank you so much again, Somi. You can go and rest now. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, bye. Guys, I would love to use this ending opportunity to invite you yet again to the Jamie Padua International Youth Mentorship Program. If you are still not a mentee under Jamie Padua University, then please just try to enroll. It happens every Saturday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Every Saturday, we are under the mentorship of Mr. Jamie. He's teaching us various life, business, financial principles that every young person needs to know, right? Let's say you've been looking for a mentor. One criteria for choosing your mentor should be following who knows, someone who has walked the path, someone who is where you already want to be in life, right? And Mr. Jamie is someone that has accomplished so much for himself, and we are all seeing that play out. We are all seeing that play out. So ensure that you sign up for the Jamie Padua Invest Youth Mentorship Program. It is just 10,000 naira, and it's a 12-month long program. You can decide to pay for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, however you can carry, however capacity that, however your finances can carry. Or let's say you join us this month and you are not able to afford for next month, you can always waive that and join us whenever you are back up. So join the Jamie Padua University Youth Mentorship Program. There you are not just going to be mentored by people like Mr. Jamie, you're also going to find peer-to-peer mentorship, people like you, people like I, people like Fee, people like Somi in the room. Just like that, you are growing your networks, you are growing your connections, you are just having all-round growth. Okay, so Jamie Padua University Youth Mentorship Program is a place you definitely want to find yourself in. Don't let 2023 pass without enrolling in that mentorship program. I know why I'm saying this. A lot of plans are on ground, and only people that are keyed into the mentorship program, only the mentees are going to be having access to those global opportunities. So please, until I come your way next time, ensure that you are registered for the youth mentorship program. And thank you so much to everyone that joined us today. Thank you. If you are still here watching me, thank you so much for joining. Do not forget to share this live session. Share it in your comment section, because I always say you can never tell who is watching. Fee and Somi, they've been amazing. They've shared deep life, not just life, business principles that every young person needs to be aware of. So please hit the share button. Ensure that this goes far and wide. Ensure that it gets to your friends, the people that you care about. Okay. So until I come your way next time, make sure that you get signed up. Join the Jamie Padua University Youth Mentorship Program. So thank you so much for joining, and do have a wonderful